In an audacious move that could move World War III closer, Iran has thrown down the gauntlet, declaring Antarctica, Earth's last frontier of untouched wilderness, as its own. Iran is not an Antarctic nation. This brazen claim not only flouts established global norms, but directly challenges the might of the U.S. and the collective resolve of Europe, poking the bear of Western hegemony with a stick sharpened with defiance and nationalism. Amidst the backdrop of sanctions, shadow wars, and the international chess game of power politics, Iran's announcement is not just a diplomatic pace. It is a calculated provocation, a metaphorical slap in the face to the Western powers that have long sought to curb its ambitions. As Tehran boldly asserts its right to plant its flag on the icy expanses of the South Pole, it does more than merely expand its territorial claims. It ignites a firestorm of controversy, setting the stage for a confrontation that transcends mere land disputes. This is Iran's open defiance of a world order dominated by U.S. and European interests, a challenge to the sanctity of international treaties, and a test of the West's tolerance for dissent. But this is no mere saber-rattling by a rogue state. It is a strategic maneuver in the grand game of global dominance, an attempt to redraw the lines of power and influence in a world that is increasingly multipolar and contested. Iran's gambit in Antarctica is a microcosm of the larger struggles facing our world today. Struggles over resources, sovereignty, and the right to self-determination in the face of external pressures and sanctions. As we peel back the layers of this complex and provocative story, we invite you to stay with us till the end. Explore the depths of this controversy, the legal quandaries, the geopolitical chessboard, and the potential ramifications of Iran's polar ambition. This is not just a tale of territorial claims. It is a narrative that questions the very foundations of international law, challenges the hegemony of superpowers, and redefines the boundaries of global conflict and cooperation. Stay with us as we delve into one of the most contentious and provocative stories of our time. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you're new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. In a bold move that has sent ripples through international diplomatic circles, Iran's Navy commander, Rear Admiral Shahram Irani, declared on a televised broadcast that Iran lays claim to Antarctica. This declaration is not merely a statement of intent, but a pronounced challenge to the established geopolitical order, directly confronting the United States and Europe. The assertion of property rights in the South Pole by Iran and plans to establish a military and scientific presence there raise significant questions about international law, territorial sovereignty, and the fragile balance of global power. The context of this declaration is particularly poignant, coming at a time when tensions between Iran and Western nations, particularly the U.S. and members of the European Union, are already high due to a range of issues, including Iran's nuclear ambitions and its support for militias in conflict zones. The announcement follows incidents that have further strained relations, such as the killing of 3 U.S. soldiers by Iranian-backed militias in Jordan, an act that has drawn sharp condemnation and has led to increased scrutiny of Iran's regional ambitions and its military capabilities. Just a quick reminder to hit the like button below. YouTube has been restricting my videos a lot recently because of bots, so your like does help out this video massively in terms of the algorithm in YouTube. The reaction from the U.S. State Department to inquiries about the potential use of unfrozen Iranian funds for establishing a base in Antarctica was unequivocal. A spokesperson emphasized that the funds, recently unfrozen and amounting to $6 billion and held in Qatar, nor restricted for use in purchasing humanitarian goods. This clarification comes amid concerns that Iran could divert resources to bolster its military footprint, not just in the Middle East, but in as remote a location as Antarctica. This situation unfolds against a backdrop of the Biden administration's decision to release $6 billion in sanctions relief to Iran, a move that has been met with criticism in light of the recent Hamas-led massacre in southern Israel. The intricate web of international sanctions, diplomatic negotiations, and the direct implications of financial decisions on regional security underscores the complexity of the relationship between Iran and the West. The legal and political ramifications of Iran's claim to Antarctica are profound. The Antarctic Treaty, established in 1961, is a cornerstone of international agreements governing the use and preservation of the continent. It explicitly prohibits military activity and asserts that the continent should be used exclusively for peaceful purposes and scientific research. Iran's declaration, therefore, represents a direct challenge to this international consensus, threatening to upend decades of cooperative norms that have prevented the militarization and nationalistic division of Antarctica. Furthermore, the strategic implications of establishing a military presence in such a key location cannot be overstated. Antarctica's position and the potential for military installations there pose a range of security concerns, from surveillance capabilities to the projection of power in the southern hemisphere. This move by Iran could trigger a re-evaluation of security strategies by countries with vested interests in the Antarctic Treaty and its principles. In discussing the global reaction, it's essential to consider the viewpoints of military and intelligence analysts who perceive Iran's ambitions as part of a broader pattern of aggressive behavior. The expansion of military and strategic reach, whether through direct actions or support for militias and terrorist organizations, positions Iran as a central player in global security dynamics. The potential for conflict escalation, whether in the Middle East or in new theaters like Antarctica, presents a pressing challenge for international diplomacy and peacekeeping efforts. The narrative of Iran's ambitions in Antarctica also touches on deeper themes of national pride, scientific exploration, and the quest for resources. The continent's vast untapped reserves of minerals and potential for scientific discovery make it a strategic prize. However, the international community's commitment to preserving Antarctica as a natural reserve for peace and science stands in stark contrast to Iran's militaristic and territorial aspirations. The international community must navigate a delicate balance between respecting national ambitions and upholding the principles that have preserved Antarctica as a symbol of international cooperation and peace. The responses from the USA and other global stakeholders will be critical in shaping the future of Antarctica and preventing the emergence of a new frontier in geopolitical rivalry. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video and comment. Iran's motivations for asserting property rights over Antarctica can be seen as multifaceted. On one level, it represents a symbolic challenge to Western dominance and the existing international order, particularly targeting the US and the EU, which have imposed sanctions on Iran. By staking a claim in Antarctica, Iran signals its refusal to be marginalized on the global stage and its intent to assert itself as a sovereign power with the capability to project its influence far beyond its regional confines. This move could also be interpreted as an attempt to divert international attention from its contentious nuclear program and internal issues, such as human rights abuses and the suppression of dissent. The legal standing of Iran's claim, however, is highly questionable under the framework of the Antarctic Treaty System. The ATH, a complex of agreements, including the original Antarctic Treaty and subsequent treaties and agreements, establishes Antarctica as a scientific preserve, bans military activity on the continent, and suspends territorial sovereignty claims. Given that Iran is not a signatory to the Antarctic Treaty, its declaration challenges the treaty's authority and raises questions about the enforcement of international norms and agreements when they are defied by non-party states. This situation underscores the limitations of international law in addressing unilateral actions by states outside of established frameworks. The global response to Iran's assertion has been one of concern and condemnation, particularly from countries with a vested interest in maintaining the status quo in Antarctica. The USAAU, member states, and other signatories of the Antarctic Treaty are likely to view Iran's actions as a provocation and a breach of international consensus. The practicality of establishing a military presence in Antarctica faces significant logistical challenges, not least due to the continent's harsh environment and the logistical complexities of sustaining operations far from Iran's logistical bases. Moreover, the international community, particularly the Antarctic Treaty signatories, are expected to reject any attempts by Iran to legitimize its claim or establish a physical presence on the continent. Navigating the fallout from Iran's declaration, diplomatic channels and international forums will play a crucial role. The United States and its allies may seek to reinforce the principles of the Antarctic Treaty through diplomatic pressure, potentially involving the United Nations and other international bodies. The situation also presents an opportunity for a renewed dialogue on the importance of the Antarctic Treaty System and the need for its strengthening to prevent future territorial claims or militarization efforts by non-signatory states. The broader implications for global security cannot be overlooked. Iran's ambitions in Antarctica, albeit facing significant practical obstacles, signal a willingness to challenge international norms and seek new arenas for strategic expansion. This move could embolden other states with territorial ambitions or grievances to explore similar challenges, thereby undermining the stability of international treaty systems and norms. Iran's claim over Antarctica represents a complex challenge to the international community, touching on issues of territorial sovereignty, the enforceability of international treaties, and the balance of power in the global order. The response to this challenge will require a coordinated and principled approach that upholds the values and norms of international law, while also addressing the underlying tensions that have led to such a provocative declaration. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.